Hello, good evening. Hello, Sintong. It's you the earliest today. Good evening, by the way. This is our June week 1. Okay, happy Wednesday. Where is everyone? Okay, anyway, so what are we doing today? So we are doing revision today, We are doing revision. Wait. Hang on, Oh, no, sorry, my mistake. We are going chapter 6 today, sorry. Okay, we are in chapter 6 today. Okay, hi Karen, how are you? Do you guys have chapter 6 notes? Do you guys have chapter 6 notes? We are in chapter 6 today, This is your June notes. This is your June notes. You do? Okay, that's good. That's good. Sino, do you have it? Do you have this? I hope you do. Right, so we are entering chapter 6 today, We have finished our chapter 5, which is our genetic one. All right, so we are wasting no time. We go chapter 6. Because your next exam, which is August or July, should be until here. Should lah. Okay, I think it's until here lah. Right. Anyway, so are you guys ready? Okay, are you guys ready? If you guys ready, then let's begin. Right. So this chapter, I think it's quite interesting lah because I love this chapter a lot. This chapter is about support, movement, and growth. We'll be talking about our bones. Okay, we'll be talking about bones. Okay, the bones in insects, sorry, not insects, in animals and humans. We'll be talking about support. We'll be talking about muscles, right? So if you guys love sports, any of you here interested in sports, if you're very active in sports, this should be your thing lah. Okay, you'll be learning quite a lot here. All right. And the funny thing is, this part is not quite common in exam. I don't know why. They just don't like to ask this in exam, but hey, it's good to learn. Right. So anyway, let's talk about support today. Okay, we are talking about support today. Right. So let's talk about support. Every animal needs a support system. All right. It's just like a house. You see, before you build a house, no matter how big or how small is the house, you first build a frame, right? You see, even a car has a frame, even a motorcycle has a frame, even a bicycle has a frame, isn't it? So to support, you would need a frame, right? 一个架子, a frame, right? So a frame is also called a skeleton. Can So support system is a frame. Skeleton is what we call the frame, right? So skeleton is the support system for all types of animals. All right. So this is your skeleton, the frame to support an animal. So we have 3 types of skeleton here. We have 3 types of skeleton, guys. This is the important one. This is the important one. Any of you here taking BM? I hope not. Because if you do, then maybe I need to tell you what is it BM. Anyway, so first we have our endoskeleton. Our endoskeleton. See the word endo? Endo means inside. Right? Endo means inside. Okay, we call this rangka dalam. Rangka dalam. Rangka is the skeleton. Okay, rangka is the skeleton. Frame, rangka, right? Endo means inside. Right? You just think of this as enter skeleton, endoskeleton. So who is endoskeleton? Who is endoskeleton? Us lah. You see, our bones our skeleton is on the inside. Is it? Guys, please don't mistaken that skeleton means bones. Skeleton is not necessarily bone. Bone is a type of skeleton, right? Our skeleton is somehow on the inside. So we call it endoskeleton. And who are endoskeletons? Who are endoskeletons? We call them vertebrates. Vertebrata. Do you remember what is a vertebrate? Guys, what is a vertebrate? What is a vertebrate? Any animals that has a that has a, what is the thing behind you? What is it? Yes, that has a spine, or we call it backbone lah. Okay, any animal that has a spine or a backbone. Okay, tulang belakang so that is your vertebrate. So we have 5 types of vertebrates. Do you remember what are they? What is our 5 types of vertebrates? You learned this in Form 2. Guys, anyone? Anyone? What is our vertebrate? What is our vertebrate? Humans are what? We belong to a family called, guys, anyone? Anyone? Hey, where's the rest of everyone now? Why is only you two today? Okay, what is our family called? We are the same family as dogs, as cats. We give birth and we nurse our young. Yes, mammals, very good. Okay, so you have mammals, right? And the other 4, which is snakes, are, guys, what is a snake? Where does a snake belong to? Where does the snake belong? Yes, reptile. Okay, and then what's the other 3? You have fish, you have amphibians, and you have birds. Right? 5 types. 5 types. So these 5 we call them vertebrates because they have a backbone. And if you have a backbone, we usually call you endoskeleton because you see, every animal with bones, they have a backbone, isn't it? So this is endoskeleton, right? So you are an endoskeleton because your bone is growing inside you. You have a skeleton inside you, right? So what are you made of? What is your skeleton made of? Your skeleton is made of bones, as I said. Skeleton doesn't mean bones. Skeleton is a frame, right? Your frame is made from bones and, of course, cartilage. Guys, do you know what is a cartilage? In BM, it's called rawan. Do you know what's a cartilage? Do you know what is a cartilage? Sometimes you will accidentally eat this also, right? What is your cartilage? In Mandarin, we say 软骨. You know what is 软骨? Soft bone. Okay. You know your chicken breast? Oh, hey, Chris Hemsworth. Okay. Chicken breast cartilage. Okay. You know what is this? You know what is this? Sometimes when you eat chicken breast, you do get this piece of white color bone in it. Have you chewed on it before? Have you chewed on it before? When you chew on it, it's kind of crunchy, right? I mean, it's a bone, but it's a soft bone. You can chew on it. Do you know you can eat this? It's gonna taste like some kind of, it's crunchy, right? If you were to chew someone's ear, it will taste the same because your ear is made of cartilage. Your nose is made of cartilage. You see, you can just bend your nose, you can bend your ear. That's your cartilage, right? So we have the hard one called bones, and you have the soft one called cartilage. This is 软骨. Okay, this is your cartilage, right? So these 2 will make up your endoskeleton. You guys okay? What was that, Chris Hemsworth? Because I was explaining masculinity to my other class that day, right? But apparently they think that Chris Hemsworth is only okay, right? Which I couldn't understand, right? They say Chris Hemsworth with beard is not leng zai. I was like, what? Guys, I think masculinity needs to be, how do I put this? We need to talk about masculinity more, right? I don't know why girls nowadays are just like gay boys, right? You know those China pop star, those that looks really skinny and with the white face one, right? I don't know, right? They for them they think that's the definition of leng zai lah. I'm like, what? Why do you like gays? They're so girly, right? Maybe even your mom is manlier than them, right? They just look like they have no capabilities of protecting you. Okay, Chris Hemsworth is like, okay. Anyway, I digress. Okay. Anyway, so this is your endoskeleton, endoskeleton, so this is your frame on the inside, frame on the inside, okay. So as you can see, endoskeletons they are pretty big in size. They are pretty big in size because when you have frame on the inside, you can grow as big as you want. because they're just so much better at supporting weights, right? Guys, what is the biggest animal in the world? Do not say elephant. Do not say elephant because elephant is not the biggest animal in the world. What is the biggest animal in the world, guys? I can't believe I'm asking this. This is like primary school question. What is the biggest animal in the world? Anyone? Yes, it's the whale. Thank you. Blue whale, whatever whale, okay, it's the whale, right? You see, whale is endoskeleton, right? Whales have bones on the inside, right? So they're endoskeleton. Why are they so big? Because endoskeleton is really good in supporting a lot of weight. That's why you are so big in size compared to an insect lah. Compared to an insect. Okay, speaking of insects, let's go to the other one. Okay, we have endoskeleton, right? So for sure, the opposite, we have exoskeleton. Exo means outside or exit. Okay, exit. This is called ranke luar. Just now it's ranke dalam. Now it's ranke luar. Okay, exoskeleton. So just now those have backbones, right? Now these don't have backbones. We call this invertebrates. And as you can see, they are pretty small. Okay, they are small boys. Okay, pretty small. So in this case, they don't have bones. They don't have bones. They have shells or chitin, right? That's why you see when you peel the shell of a crab, that is a skeleton. If I eat your bone, when you eat chicken, the bone is also a skeleton. So skeleton is not bone. Skeleton is not bone, right? Bone is a type of skeleton, right? Shell is also a skeleton. So you see, do you know what's the difference? Do you know what's the difference? Same thing. Bone is hard, cartilage is soft. Shell is hard, chitin is soft. Right? What is a chitin, guys? What is a chitin? If you were to take cockroach and you bite it, it should feel crunchy. Disgusting, isn't it? Okay, just imagine. Okay, maybe not cockroach. Okay, when you eat prawns, any psychopath here eats prawn without peeling the shell? I don't think you do that, right? Okay, if you straight away take your prawn and chew the shell, it should feel crunchy. That crunchy feeling, that's the chitin, right? I mean, then so what about shell? Shell is hard, like crabs, like siham, like lala. That one is shell. Okay, chitin is like soft. So all insects have shells. Sorry, all insects have chitin, right? So if you were to eat insect, it should feel crunchy, right? Guys, fun fact, did you know? Did you know? Prawns are the cockroaches of the ocean. They almost look the same. Besides the fact that one is freaking disgusting, one is freaking delicious, they are almost the same, right? They're almost the same. So next time, if we ever run out of prawns to eat, that's the second option, right? I'm not sure if they turn red when you cook them, but hey, go and try, okay? Who knows? Maybe you like it, right? So they are hard and rigid. They are hard and rigid. As you can see, they can't support very heavy weight. Exoskeleton cannot support very heavy weight. You don't see prawns the size of humans, right? Because it's just not possible. When you have a hard casing outside, the inside is just like slime. It's just like mushy, very soft. So it's not very practical to grow very big. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? So endoskeleton is so much better. Endo is so much more efficient. Okay, endo is so much more efficient, and then exo is like only for small insects, right? So the last one, this is the worst. This is the worst. They are the softest and the most useless, but still works, right? This is your hydrostatic. Okay, hydrostatic skeleton. What is a hydrostatic skeleton? Okay, hydro means water. Okay, hydro means water. So you have endo, exo, hydro. Hydro is water. Hydro is water. In BM is also called hydrostatic. Hello. Okay, ranke hydrostatic. What is hydrostatic? Guys, what is hydrostatic? Hydrostatic means water, right? This one has nothing hard. This one is nothing hard. They are just balloon filled with water. They are just balloon filled with water. That means they have a muscle outside and they have water around it, water inside it. So if you step on them, they should be, you should see water spraying out. So as you can see, this is really weak. They really suck. That's why hydrostatic, they will hide away. They won't appear in front of you because they are not very strong, right? So your jellyfish is like this, your earthworm is like this, right? Caterpillar is like this, leech is like this. You know what is leech? Lita, 水蛭, the one that sucks your blood on your skin. That one is your hydrostatic, right? They have soft body. They do not have any bones. They are supported by hydrostatic skeleton. They have a muscular wall filled with fluid. Okay, muscular wall filled with fluid. They are like a sausage. You know, sausage is a casing outside, right? The thing you bite on sausage, the outside is the casing, and then inside is the meat, so it's the same thing, right? So the fluid exerts pressure on the muscular wall. They press out, causing the body to be firm. So when you press on worm, it should feel firm. Okay, can? Guys, really easy stuff. Really easy stuff. We have 3 types of skeleton. 3 jenis rangka. We have endo, exo, hydro. Rangka dalam, luar, hydrostatic. 3 types. Right? What about their functions, guys? What about their functions? So you didn't mention about the function. Guys, all skeleton has the same function, right? They are to support your body weight, menyokong berat badan, so that you can stand up. You see, your frame can support you, right? Same thing. To protect your internal organ, so that when I punch you, when I punch your chest, I don't punch into your heart. You don't go just like that. So there's a bone protecting you, and to maintain your body shape so that you don't turn into a slime, right? You don't just become a mush of cell. You're like rigid. Okay, so you can't change your shape, whatever, right? That this is guys. You see, you cannot change your outlook unless you go and change your bone. This is how plastic surgery works, right? I change your jaw, I change your here and here, so that your looks change. Okay, you get what I mean, right? And of course, for humans, our bone is also where our muscles are attached to. Any of you here interested in sports? Any of you here interested in sports? Any of you here interested in muscles? Any of you here interested in muscles? Right? If you do, then maybe this is your thing. Right, guys, let me ask you, do you know what's this muscle called? What is this muscle called? Okay, so what is this muscle called, guys? Yes, the bicep. What is this called? What is this called? This is a guy's biggest dream, isn't it? This is every teenage boy's biggest dream, isn't it? Because I get this question a lot. So how do I increase my bicep size? I get this asked all the time, right? And also this is the tricep. Okay, this is called the tricep, right? Anyway, I'll talk about this maybe later or maybe next week. We'll be learning this also, right? So interesting stuff, okay? Interesting stuff. So same thing here, support body weight, maintain body shape, support internal organ, right? Maintain control body shape. It's the same thing, right? So your skeleton, no matter what type you are, is to support your body weight, is to maintain your shape so that you don't just change into something else, right? You are not Ditto. You know it's Ditto. You know it's Ditto. You got watch Pokemon, You got watch Pokemon. You know who's the Ditto? You know the Ditto, right? So if you have no skeleton, you will look like a Ditto. Okay, you look like a Ditto. You look like a plasticine. Okay, understand? So you look like this. You have no skeleton. Right. Anyway, so let's talk about insects first, shall we? Let's talk about insects first, shall we? Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Guys, this chapter is really straightforward. It's really straightforward. It's not like your genetic chapter, a bit more technical. This is like, it is what it is. Shall I proceed, guys? Shall I proceed, guys? Shall I proceed, guys? Hey, why after this holiday, y'all like feel like dying one? Yesterday was worse lah. Yesterday was worse. I don't know about today lah. Are you guys feeling okay? Are you guys feeling okay? Wow, yesterday my class, the blue is freaking real, man. The blue was freaking real. I can feel the blue through my screen because according to my students, they had too much fun during the holidays, and now it feels shitty to start back their class. I hope you don't feel like that. Right, Karen, you're fine. Okay. Sindong, how about you? I hope you feel fine. I hope you guys don't have that dopamine crash. You know, it's dopamine crash. You know what is dopamine crash? Dopamine crash is when you had too much fun, then when reality sets back in, you feel like shit. Right? Okay, so anyway, so moving on. Right, so let's talk about insects. Let's talk about insects. Okay, you see, this is our growth curve. You grow like this. Right? You grow like this. That means your height will just go in a curve. You see, you grow very slowly when you are a kid, and then you just go faster when you hit teenage, okay? And then you just slow down when you reach adulthood. Can you see your growth curve is like a smooth line? You grow in a linear way, right? You just, okay, not really linear, but you grow in a smooth curve, right? But you see, insects, they can't do that. Insects, they can't do that. Imagine you are a baby prawn. Imagine you are a baby prawn. Now, you have this shell outside you. Okay, you have this shell outside you. It is very hard for you to break that shell, isn't it? You get what I mean? It is very hard for you to break your shell. So you just kind of you get what I mean? You are just kind of limiting your own growth. You cannot break your shell, right? You cannot break your shell. So what do you do? So what do you do? To grow, okay, guys, to grow, you have to break your shell. You get what I mean? You have to inhale really hard, like, okay, and then you go, yeah, your outer shell. Okay, and then so what? Excuse me. So when you break your shell, yeah, something like that. Okay, Kira, something like that. So when you break your shell, you have to form another new shell so that you can get bigger, right? So in this case, can you see insects growth curve? Okay, this is exoskeleton. This is exoskeleton. So all exoskeletons or we call it invertebrates, they just grow in steps. Can you see that? They will break the shell and then they will stay. You see? After they break the shell, they will just chill. When they chill, there's no growth. Because there's the new shell limiting them already. After they sian already, right? After they sian already, they break it again. They break it and then they chill again. They break it, they chill. They break it, they chill. They break, they chill. They break, they chill until they reach adulthood. So you see, they're very troublesome because they need to keep changing shells. It's like changing a new armor. Yes, that's the word, right? Armor. They need to keep changing new armor because the old armor will become too small. So they have to break the old armor every time, right? So this case, they will grow like steps. Okay, they will grow like steps. They grow in stages, right? So, there you see, chitin is hard and is unable to expand. Okay, so to overcome this problem, they will need to shed the exoskeleton. So what do they do? Okay, so they do this, right, guys? There's two things I want you to memorize here. There's two things I want you to memorize here, right? During the non-growth phase, can you see number 1 here, number 2 here, number 3, number 4, number 5 here? They just kind of chill and not do anything. Okay, so what do insects do when they are chilling? What do insects do when they are not growing? They are going on Instagram. Right? Because these stages, we call them Insta. Right? That's how I remember. They are not doing anything, so they are scrolling Instagram. Right? After they scroll. Okay, now it's time to grow. Right? So when it's time to grow, they will mold its skin, they will break the shell. This is what we call ecdysis. So please remember this word, ecdysis. In BM, it's also called ecdysis. So it's the same thing, right? So in this case, they will do, okay, they break out of their eggs. So they chill. Okay, Insta. So they will do ecdysis, then Insta, ecdysis, Insta, ecdysis, Insta, ecdysis, Insta, ecdysis until they reach adulthood. So they will keep doing it. Okay, they will keep doing ecdysis until they reach adulthood. You guys okay with this? You guys okay with this? So during these phase, before I move on, during these phase, before they reach adulthood, they are called nymphs. Okay, they are called nymphs. Nymphs are baby, baby insects. Okay, baby insects before they grow up lah. Before they grow up lah. You might say, sir, butterflies don't do this, right? You see, butterflies they don't do this. A caterpillar will become a pupa before they break out to become a butterfly. Those insects, we call them metamorphosis. Only certain insects will do metamorphosis, right? Like cockroaches, they don't do metamorphosis. So cockroaches will grow like this. So there's two different types of insect. Like flies, do flies do this? Okay, like mosquitoes. Mosquito, they don't do this. Mosquito, they don't change their exoskeleton. Mosquito, they will turn into a pupa. Have you seen a mosquito grow? They will first become a larva. Okay, they have eggs. Okay, you have mosquito eggs. So they break the egg, they will become larva. Okay, after the larva, they will turn into, is it called gente? Is it called gente? Okay, and then they will form to become a pupa. They form a pupa, and then when they break the pupa, right, they will become mosquito. Right, so that process is called metamorphosis. Okay, those they do it differently. For those insects that don't do for metamorphosis, they will do this thing instead. Instar-idiasis, all the way when they reach adulthood. So this is what happens lah. Okay, disgusting, don't you think so? Right, this is the old shell. They will break it, and then they will form a new shell. Crabs do this. Prawns do this too. Right, so this is what they do lah. This is what they do. Right, so this is all you need to know. This is all you need to know about insects, right? So the shedding skin is called ecdysis. Zero growth stage is called instar. That's all. Okay, that's all. Pretty straightforward. How long do they even live for? Good question, Karen. It depends on your type lah. Depends on the type. Like if I'm not mistaken, flies live for like 2 weeks. Okay. I'm no insect experts lah. Don't ask me on that. Insect is like my least favorite thing. Okay, I think they all deserve to die. Okay, even butterflies. Okay, any of you find butterflies disgusting? Because I do. I don't think they are pretty at all, right? If I'm a Disney princess, I don't even want. Okay, I'm not a Disney princess, okay? But if I'm a Disney princess, I wouldn't want butterflies to touch me because I'll freaking smash them with my racket. No joke, right? I just think insects are freaking disgusting. So don't even get me started on mosquitoes, right? Those little fuckers, right? They deserve nothing but death. So don't ask me insects, okay? I'm not very interested. Okay, anyway, shall we move on? Okay, let's talk about earthworm, shall we? Let's talk about earthworm. Okay, so earthworm is hydrostatic. This one we know. Nothing much to say here. They are just like a mussel with fluids inside. Right? They are just like a sausage with the casing outside and the liquid inside. So you must say, so what's so special about that? Okay, what I want you to learn is the muscle. All right, guys, please highlight this. Please highlight this. These two muscles, they have two muscles, by the way. Earthworm has two muscles. Right? Earthworms, they have the circular muscle. We call it otot membujo, is it? Otot bulat. Okay, what is it called? You check your notes, Karen. I'm not too sure. Right, so longitudinal, I think this is otot membujo. Otot membujo. If I'm not mistaken, okay, for the life of me, I can't remember. Right, so why do they have two muscles, guys? Why do they have two muscles? Okay, very easy. Very easy. Imagine you're holding a sausage. Imagine you're holding a sausage. Okay, if you hold your sausage this way, okay, who the hell holds their sausage, isn't it? Okay, so if you hold your sausage this way, when you squeeze it, right? When you squeeze it, this is the circular muscle. It's a muscle that goes circular around the sausage. Imagine your worm is a sausage. Okay, that sounds strong. Okay, so imagine this is a sausage. When you squeeze it, this is your circular muscle, right? So when circular muscle contracts, Okay, when it contracts, when it presses, what happens to the worm? The worm will become long and thin. Right? When you squeeze a sausage, they just go, right? Long and thin. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? So circular muscle is when you hold your sausage like this, right? Longitudinal sausage, longitudinal sausage, longitudinal muscle is when you hold your sausage like this, right? This is circular, this is longitude. Cause long ma, long ma, long ma. Okay, so you hold a sausage like this, So you see, when I contract, when I press, okay, I can't press here. When I press my sausage like this, when I press my sausage like this, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? My sausage will go thick and short. Can? So this is circular, this is longitudinal, right? If I press this, I become long and thin. If I press this, I become thick and short. Can? You guys okay? You guys okay? So two muscles, and do you notice something, guys? Do you notice something? They are both opposite of each other. Have you noticed this? Have you noticed they are opposite to each other? Because circular muscle is long and thin. Longitudinal muscle is short and thick, right? So they are opposite of each other. What does it mean? What does it mean? That means when circular muscle is contracting, longitudinal muscle has to relax. You see, when my circular muscle contracts, I press my worm thin and long, right? My longitudinal muscle has no choice but to relax to allow this thing to go thin and long, right? Because if both contracts together, if my circular muscle press and my longitudinal muscle press also, my worm will freaking explode. If you get what I mean? So if my circular muscle presses, my longitudinal muscle has to relax to go long and thin. And if my longitudinal muscle press to go thick and short, my circular muscle has to relax to go thick and short. So can you see they're opposite? Can you see they're opposite of each other? When one contracts, the other relax. When one relax, the other contracts. So how do we describe this? How do we describe this? We describe them as antagonistic action. Tindakan antagonistic, right? Antagonistic. Or you can call them, is the same thing, antagonistic muscles, right? They are antagonistic muscles. Okay, so what does it mean? Guys, you know what is the word of antagonist? Do you know what is that? Do you know who is the antagonist? Do you guys study ComSAS? Do you guys study ComSAS? You are. Who are you against? Right. So do you guys study ComSAS? I mean, ComSAS is a very boring thing, I know, right? Because our Malay ComSAS is like dog shit one, right? Those very lame. You have what? You have sajak, you have puisi, you have prosa tradisional, and you have cerpen, right? Those ComSAS thing lah, right? So you see, ComSAS is okay. ComSAS, you learn ComSAS, right? So you don't do the general knowledge. That's good. That means you watch a lot of movies, is it, Karen? Okay, so guys, who is the protagonist? Who is the protagonist? Who is the protagonist? When I watch a movie, who is the protagonist? Yes, usually the main character, correct? This is the good guy. Okay, the good guy. And who is the antagonist? Who is the antagonist? Is usually the one that goes against the main character, which is the bad guy lah. Because antagonist ma. Like in this case, if you watch Batman, Batman is the protagonist, and the Joker is the antagonist lah. Usually the protagonist wins, right? Because that's how it happens. Okay, so anyway, so why do we call it antagonistic? Because they're fighting each other, right? Antagonist doesn't mean bad guy. Antagonist just means he is opposing our protagonist. He is Yes, or a plot twist, yes. Okay, he is just fighting our main guy. He is against our main guy. There's no bad or good guy here, right? It's just that they have a conflict. There always in a movie you have a conflict. You have the main guy going against the other guy, right? Like Harry Potter and Voldemort. Okay, like Voldemort is not necessarily bad, right? He is just against Harry Potter. So he's the antagonist, right? So they are both antagonistic because these two muscle they fight each other, right? Okay, let me go to, maybe you say, sir, I'm not a worm, how should I know? Right. You go to human, it's the same thing. You go to human, it's the same thing. Right. You see, this is your bicep. Right? And this is your tricep. You see, they work the same way too. Bicep and tricep, they are antagonistic too. Okay, good. Good for you, right? If you're a worm, then you don't need to study already. All you need to do is just break down dead bodies, right? So anyway, so this is your bicep and this is your tricep. Okay, so you see, they are antagonistic because when my bicep contracts, my tricep will relax. If you get what I mean, you see, when my bicep shortens, imagine there's a string here. If my bicep shortens, my tricep has to lengthen. I cannot be both shortening, right? If you're playing with a puppet, you can't just pull two strings, your string will break. Your puppet will just go, see? So when you pull the left side, you have to release the right side. It goes like this, right? So the same thing here. So when my bicep shortens, my tricep will lengthen, your arm will go pop, right? You see this shortens? See this shortens? And when you press on shortened muscle, it just kind of feels hard, right? It just kind of feels hard. That hard muscle is called a flexing muscle because this action is called flexion. That's why they say flex law. Weird flex, but okay, right? So flexion. Okay, and then when you go to the opposite, when my tricep shortens, imagine this string shortens, imagine this thing shortens, and this thing lengthen, your arm will go boop. Can you see? My arm straightens now because this shortened. Can you see this thing here? I'm showing off at this point. Okay, so this is my tricep. My tricep is shortening. My tricep is shortening, and my bicep is lengthening. Can you see? My bicep is like really long now. So my arm straightens lah. So you see, they are opposite of each other. They are opposite of each other. So they are called antagonistic. Means I fight you, you fight me, lor. We cannot both be friends one. If both relax or both contracts, then your muscle is going nowhere. Right? Can worms get sore? Or you should ask, can worms get gains? Wow, then you have really thick worm that has like all the muscles. Damn, bruh. I hit the gym like 4 times weekly. The worms better be drinking some protein, man. Right. So you get the point, right? You get the point. Karen, do you go to the gym? Do you go to the gym? Because when you say sore, I know you have been you know a thing or two about gym, right? Muscle soreness, which is a good thing, right? Like for me, I'm a gym junkie. So soreness is what we chase for, right? This is how we get the gains. Okay. No, dude, general knowledge, cool. Hey guys, speaking about general knowledge, do you know what's the most sexy muscle voted by girls? Want to take a guess? Who's the first three? Who's the first three? Who's the first three? Any one of you want to take a guess? Guess lah. You guess who's for you lah. Imagine you're a girl, okay, or maybe you're a girl, okay. Sit down, you're a girl, right? Or you're a girl, right? If I got it wrong, sorry. Okay, sit down, you're a girl, right? So, what is the most sexy muscle on a guy? Or you just put yourself in a girl's shoe. What would you like to see? Okay, maybe you can't lah. Maybe you can't, right? So what is the most voted most sexy muscle? What is voted most sexy muscle? Okay, number one, fun fact, number one, I don't know how legit this study is lah, but number one is shoulder. Funny enough, it's not the abs, it's the shoulder, right? Because girls, they want broad shoulders. Because broad shoulders, which makes sense, you see? Because broad shoulders is a sign of manliness. You look at all superheroes, they all have broad shoulders. Right? You look at Captain America. Okay, look at Chris Evans. But you see here, am I searching for some gay things again? Right, Captain America. Right. If you look at Captain America, do you see those shoulders? Do you see the shoulders? I mean, they probably put some paddings there, but you get the point, right? It gives you that illusion that wow, that guy has really broad shoulders and really a tiny waist. So this is sort of like a visual of manliness lah. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, you know what's number two? Number two is the chest. Okay, number two is the chest. Right. So guys need boobs too. Right. It's not that girls need boobs. Guys need boobs too. Right. So not as in not man boobs. Okay, as in real hard muscular boob. Right. So guys would need boobs too. So better be doing some bench press. And number three is a thigh. Number three is a thigh. It's the abs or the arms. Right. So guys need thick arms like pythons. It's a sign of power. Right? Okay, so what's the least sexy? What's the least sexy? Which one is the least girls don't give a shit on? You don't know. Okay, this all will make sense lah. It's the legs. It's the legs. Okay, most girls they don't give a shit about legs, right? Maybe okay, some does, some do, but most they don't. That's why many guys they skip leg days lah, right? They just when you lift weights to impress girls, you will think why would I train my legs? Because they don't give a shit. You just wear shorts and it will be gone. So yeah. Right. So next time if you go to the gym, should you happen to go to the gym, please do not skip leg day because you wouldn't look cool if you have a very nice upper body with chicken legs. It will look so out of place. So it is about balance, guys. It's about balance, guys. Right? You wouldn't want to modify your car with really awesome front load and your back just look like shit. You wouldn't do that, right? So it's about balance. Okay, you don't make your front tires really wide and you make your back tires like really skinny. It will make no sense, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you live it for yourself, right? I mean, when in the beginning of my life to impress girls, trust me, no girls are gonna be impressed by your muscles because it's just it just doesn't work, right? So how do they work? How do they work? You see, first they will do this longitudinal muscle relax, circular muscle contract. So this is the first step they do. So what will happen? The worm will go thin and long, and the worm will shoot forward. You see, thin and long, shoot forward. When they shoot forward, right? When they shoot forward, now the front part is already forward, but the back part is still behind, right? So what do? Now they do the second part. The second part, circular muscle relax. Okay, longitudinal muscle contracts. So they now become thick and short, and they pull their back forward. So it's like this. Thin, long, okay? Thin, long, thick, short. Thin, long, thick, short. Thin, long, thick, short. Thin, long, thick, short. This is how they move forward like that. And they do this with the help of these fingers. We call it chete. These are not hair. They don't have this hair for fun on. This chete helps them hold the ground while they crawl forward. You see, if I ask you to crawl forward, you will put your hands in front and you will put you will hold the ground and you will heave your body forward, isn't it? You will pull your body forward. It's the same thing. So their chete, this bristle sort of look like hair. It just acts like their arm, tiny little arms to hold them to the ground to pull themselves forward. Something like a spring, yes, something like a spring. Something like a spring. Right? Yeah, something like a spring. Okay? Something like a springy sausage. If it makes any sense, right? So this is how they move forward, right? Really simple, but really efficient. Right? I mean, this is really slow, but hey, it works. Okay, I mean they don't need to move very far. Their job is just to move around and munch on dead bodies to break them down. So that's all. Right? That's all. That's all. Antagonistic. Now, these are the two things you need to know. Right? So if you understand, I am just going to pause here and we go to the exercise because endoskeleton, we're going to the next week. Okay, we will go into this next week. Maybe we have time to talk about humans too next week. Right? Anyway, let's talk about the exercise. Guys, I'm not doing anything too heavy today. I'm not doing anything too heavy because it's just after the holidays. You see, this is why I hate holidays. Because y'all will come back. Y'all will come back with your minds blank and I need to begin everything again. Anyway, it is what it is. Right, so let's look at number 1. This is page 10. Question number 1. There's 2 of us. Yeah, I mean all my other form 4s, right? I have like 50 or 60, no, I think more than that, 60 or 50 form 4s. They all act the same way, right? Maybe you two are doing good lah, but the rest, they are just not ready to come back, right? So support in animal, right? So we have 3 types of support system. We have 3 types of skeleton. 3 types of skeleton. We have the endo, which is dalam. Now, please write rangka in exam. Skeleton. I'm just going to keep my answer short here. We have our endoskeleton. We have our exoskeleton, rangka luar. And of course, we have our hydrostatic skeleton. Rangka hydrostatic. Most I've seen is 8. Of course, there was more. I have like 6 slots. So most people they don't come to English class. Usually my English class has less people. Because most they come to Mandarin class. Right? Anyway, so next one. Match the following with their correct body support. So a starfish is, guys, when you press a starfish, how does it feel? Do starfish have bones inside? Yes, it's hydro. Good. Right? Starfish is like a sausage. Birds. This should be pretty simple, all right? Okay, birds are endo. Good. They just have bones on the inside. Grasshopper. Exo. Good. Caterpillar. Before they turn into butterfly, they are, yes, hydro. Caterpillar should feel soft to the touch when you press them. Firm not soft firm. Elephant, this is not easy Elephant is definitely endo because they're very big in size. Do you know what's a cockle? Yes, it's an exo. You know it's cockle? You know what's a cockle? I can't believe many of my students, they don't know what the hell is a cockle. Kerang, this is your siham. The thing you put in char kway teow one. It's like Malaysian's favorite, one of Malaysian's favorite food. Then I can't believe no one knows this. Okay, you know this. Okay, some of my students say they really hate it though. Why? It's the best thing in the world. Right, so that's your cockle. Next, you have number 2. Right, so this is a growth curve of an organism. You have steps here. What type of organism has the growth pattern shown in the diagram above? Who grows like this? Insect. What about prawns though? What about crabs though? We don't just call them insect. They have a hard shell one. We call them. You can say exoskeleton, rangka luar, or you can say invertebrate. I would accept too. Okay, invertebrates. Invertebrata. Okay, B. What is stage X? When they are not doing anything, what are they doing? What are they on? Yes, they are on Insta. And R, of course. And the process of breaking the shell, like, what is it called? That really funny word called No one can pronounce this correctly. This is called ecdysis, right? Not molting. Molting is the non-scientific word. The scientific word is ecdysis. Okay, ecdysis. Okay. So C, state the characteristic of the external skeleton of the organism. What makes your shell cause you not to grow if you're a prawn? Why can't prawns grow bigger without breaking the shell? Because the shell is, yes, it's hard, keras, or it's inelastic, right? Two, function of the external skeleton or function of any skeleton. What is skeleton for? You have three job. A skeleton is to number one, support your body weight. Okay, menyokong berat badan, right? Yes, to maintain body structure or to maintain body shape, mengekalkan bentuk badan, protect internal organs. Yes, that's correct too. You have three for you to write. So easy, right? So easy. Can you see why in exam they don't really like this chapter? I mean the midterm, yes lah, but last the year-end exam, your last exam, very suddenly they will come out with this chapter because it's too straightforward. Okay, it's too straightforward. Even in biology it works the same. In biology, if you have any friends who study biology, they'll be studying this chapter too. And it's also not common in the final exam because it's too straightforward. Alright, so growth curve of an insect, you would know how it looks like. Okay, so they want 4 words here: nymph, ecdysis, adult, and instar. So your nymph is here. All the stages before they reach adult is your nymph. And then your ecdysis is here. These are your ecdysis. And these are your instar. And this is adult. Yes, steps. In a series of steps. So prawns grow this way, crabs grow this way too. Okay, I'm not going to explain this lah. The growth curve, they grow in steps. Secara bersiri, that's one mark. When they break the shell, it's called ecdysis. That's another mark. When they are not growing, it's called instar. Another mark. They will do this until they reach adulthood. That's another mark. 4 marks here. I'm just too lazy to write. Okay, you write this yourself. Okay, please go ahead and write this yourself. Okay, let's talk about earthworm. What is the support of earthworm? How do earthworms support themselves? What's the support system called? They are filled with water. So they are called hydrostatic. Right? Hydrostatic. What are the muscles? Worms have 2 muscles. They are called circular muscle. Good. Okay. I think it's called otot bulat. I think. Don't quote me on the BM. I kind of forget already. And then you have this. The long muscle, which is called longitudinal. Right? Longitudinal muscle. Right? So how does the muscle measure in B help it to move? These 2 muscles, they are opposite of each other. So what's the word? What's the word opposite? They are antagonistic action. When one contracts, the other one relaxes. Okay, satu mengecut, satu mengendur. Mengendur means relax. Okay, so 2 animals like this. Anything else besides earthworm? Who else moves like this? Starfish, yes. One more. Caterpillar, good. Okay, good. All right, so easy, easy peasy, Luckily, I'm into this chapter after your holiday, so it's not too much for you to handle, right? So I assume that you guys have no question. I assume you guys have no question. Okay, if no, then I think I'll call it a day here, lah. So have a wonderful Wednesday, guys. I will see you next Wednesday. Okay, have a good one. I'll see you soon. Take care. See you. Bye bye.